Welcome to Unitarian Universalist Church West. We gather in community seeking life's deeper meanings, seeking to learn together and grow together. Here in this spiritual community, we strive to speak the truth in love, to act for justice, to care for the earth, and to honor and celebrate people in all our diversities of race, origin, ability, and disability, age, sexual orientation, and gender identity, and gender expression. It is good to be together today for our Lughnasadh service. Our EarthSpirit team has a treat in store for all of us with this upbeat, reflective, ritual-based celebration. If you are new to Unitarian Universalism or to UU Church West, we hope that you feel especially welcome today. Checking out a new spiritual community is a courageous act, perhaps especially in this time of virtual church services. We would love to connect with you, so please send us a quick email message to visitor@uucw.org, and we will gladly respond. If you are new to Unitarian Universalism or UU Church West, we hope you feel especially welcome today. I'd like to introduce you to the wonderful team that created today's service. First of all, Kathy Bradshaw, one of our EarthSpirit leaders, coordinated our team to pull the whole service together. Thank you very much, Kathy. The Rousseau family, Beth, Dylan, and Gwen, with Dad Chris behind the camera, will call in the directions this morning. Our readers are Amy Dido, David Stokes, Kathy Bradshaw, Marilyn Kupka, Melissa Musanti, and Sarah Stokes. Our EarthSpirit dancers are Nicole Grandstrand and Michelle Tate. And today's music is provided by Jennifer Nicolosi, our lead music director, Beth Rousseau, and also David Stokes. Oh, and Sarah Stokes too, yay. And with us behind the scenes is our kind and capable publications coordinator, Kelly Bognar, who manages the technology that makes this service possible, and Vicki Banville, our administrator, who is learning to manage the technology. Just one more note before we begin. We're going to sing hymn 1064 at the end of the service today. That's Blue Boat Home by Peter Mayer. So let us begin. The wheel of the year has turned, bringing us to the season of the first harvest, a time to think about sacrifices and hope reborn, a time when what we reap inspires reflection on all we have sown, a time when we gather our memories and from those lessons we plan our future, a time to gather into a circle, face to face, heart to heart, and look within and beyond our human lives. Let us create that sacred circle now by calling in the directions.
Hail, spirits of the east, powers of air, please come in. Bless us with your gifts of hearing, smell, and enlightenment. Witness our work this sacred day. Help us open our hearts to understanding. Hail, spirits of the south, powers of fire, please come in. Bless us with your gifts of sight, trust, and learning. Witness our work this sacred day. Help us open our hearts to passion. Hail, spirits of the west, powers of water, please come in. Bless us with your gifts of taste, strength, and self-knowledge. Witness our work this sacred day. Help us open our hearts to feeling. Hail, spirits of the north, powers of earth, please come in. Bless us with your gifts of touch and intuition. Witness our work this sacred day. Help us open our hearts to wisdom. Hail, spirits of the center, essence within all things. Please enter and bless us with your gifts. Witness our work this sacred eve. Help us open our hearts to compassion. Welcome to the Lughnasadh Circle.
Welcome to the Sacred Circle. Unitarian Universalists draw from many different sources of religion and spiritual wisdom. And one of those sources is the sacred cycle of life, death, and regeneration that is honored in earth-centered religious traditions. Today we observe Lughnasadh, a Celtic holiday that falls midway between the summer solstice and the autumnal equinox. Lughnasadh is the first of 3 harvest festivals, reminding us of something that we modern people often forget, that we are all dependent on the earth, and we are dependent on the agriculturalists who bring us the food. Please remember farmers and migrant workers who are often in poverty and oppressed in your prayers and rituals today. At Lughnasadh, our joy at the harvest is held in tension with the knowledge that the days are growing shorter. We rejoice, but we cannot forget that there is still much work to be done before we are ready to face the winter's cold and storms.
We are a circle, we are within a circle, we are moving together, we are one. We are a circle, we are within a circle, we are moving together, we are one. I am spirit and I move in you. You are spirit and you move in me. We are a circle, we are within a circle, we are moving together, we are one. We are a circle, we are within a circle, we are moving together, we are one. I am spirit and I move in you. You are spirit and you move in me. We are a circle, we are within a circle, we are moving together, we are one. We are a circle, we are within a circle, we are moving together, we are one. I am spirit and I move in you. You are spirit and you move in me. We are a circle, we are within a circle, we are moving together, we are one. Within a circle, we are within a circle, we are moving together, we are one. I am spirit and I move in you. You are spirit and you move in me. We are a circle, we are within a circle, we are moving together, we are one. We are a circle, we are within a circle, we are moving together, we are one. I am spirit and I move in you. and I move in you. You are spirit and you move in me.
Earth is our one and only home, a home worth honoring and celebrating.
Our ancient ancestors honored Earth. They also viewed time as a circle, and they lived by the cycles of the sun and the moon and the earth. When this point of the wheel of the year came around, with its juicy deliciousness of new grain and fruit, our ancestors made sacrifices of grain to give thanks.
Lughnasadh is named for the Irish god Lugh, a great hero, a warrior king, and a master craftsman. He is one of the gods honored at this time of year, but the harvest festival held at this time in his mythic day was dedicated to his foster mother, Tailtué. Tailtué, whose old Celtic name means the Great One of the Earth, died from exhaustion after clearing a great swath of land so that it could be cultivated to feed the people.
When the men of Ireland gathered at her deathbed, Tailtué told them to hold funeral games in her honor. She said as long as the games were held, Ireland would not be without song.
Scholars believe that Tailtué was a personification of the earth itself, for the ancient name Lughnasadh is Bron Tragan, which refers to the painful labor of childbirth. And at this time of year, the earth gives birth to her first fruits so that her children might live.
Lughnasadh became a great tribal assembly attended by the Irish High King, a place where legal agreements were made, politics were debated, marriages contracted, arts and entertainments were displayed, livestock and foodstuffs sold, and sports and games of chance were played.
And all of it to honor Tailtué, the mother of a god, the one who gave her life so that our lives might be filled with abundance and eternally graced with song. Thank you, Nicole and Michelle. The long days of summer are beginning to draw in as we make our way towards autumn. Today's story takes place in a summertime field of tall, growing barley. If it had been possible, Charlie the Scarecrow would have craned his neck for a better view into the barley. But instead, he settled on a guessing game as to who had disturbed them. Might be a squirrel, or could be a weasel, or might be one of them cats from the farmyard wandering about causing trouble. The birds seemed to quiet down after a bit and settle back into whatever it is that skylarks want to do. Oh, whatever it was has got bored and left them alone. Well, that's my bit of drama done for the day then, Charlie sniffed hopelessly. Presently, a cat, sauntering out of the barley, stood in front of the Scarecrow. Ah, was it you, was it? Charlie said. The cat looked up, eyed Charlie suspiciously, then sat down to lick its paws and clean its face. I hope you haven't been chasing any of those little fledglings. I've been watching them grow all season, and I have grown fond of them little tykes. The cat ignored Charlie and continued to clean itself before finally standing up. Then, with a flick of its perfectly groomed tail aimed in the direction of the Scarecrow, it stalked off. Charming, Charlie thought. The sun was high in the sky, making shadows cling close to their makers. The air was still, leaving the barley almost motionless. I'm glad of this hat to keep the sun at bay. Battered and torn it may be, but there was never a better hat than this. Had it for years, I have. And this old jacket too, though the buttons could do with a bit of attention, hanging by a thread, one of them, but still it keeps out the worst of the weather. The Scarecrow assessed his apparel with some pride. You are ready, old friend. I know that from the color in your tussles. You and me, dear Barley, you and me will take that long road together. There was a wistful note in Harley's words as the barley seemed to whisper and accord, and as if to echo the sentiment. A crow issued out over the field, a long, low, throaty call. Oh, oh! I love my time here, and like you, I will be back here next year. Though I would like it if they would sew my button back on, maybe patch up these trousers a bit. The mice have made a fair mess of them all year. Come on, Daddy. I want to see old Charlie. The little child ran ahead of her father, who was walking slowly through the barley, feeling the heads and sometimes bending to smell them. I'm coming. Old Charlie's not going anywhere tonight, he called as he continued to amble through the field. He was taking his time, drinking in the atmosphere, the marmalade light, the smell of the barley, and the earth all made his heart sing. Come on, the impatient child urged. Her father laughed as he looked to see where she had gone. He looked in the direction of old Charlie and saw the barley moving under the onslaught of the robust and determined 6-year-old. Look, Dad, there's been mice living in Charlie's pockets again. We will have to sew them up. The girl looked up at Charlie the Scarecrow for a moment, then turned and threw her arms around her dad's legs. We will make Charlie again next year, won't we, Dad? Her face almost pleading, looked so serious at her father. He didn't laugh. You know we will. Charlie has to take our messages and gifts with him, doesn't he? It's what we've always done on this farm. When you make a bargain, you keep it, especially if it's the ones who keep you in food and lodgings. It doesn't do to make Charlie sad by forgetting your promises. We will make sure Charlie's hat and clothes are nicely cleaned and mended for next year, but the rest of the Scarecrow will go on the fire. And this year, I have decided to sing a song to send him on his way. Old Charlie watched as the pair ran across the field. My own song, eh? Well, there you go. Did you hear that, Barley? I will have a song after all. The golden barley swayed in the gentle breeze. enjoying the moment, their collective tousled heads nodding in what appeared to be considered agreement.
At Lughnasadh, we are invited to turn inward, to engage in introspection. So please join your hearts and minds with mine in a time of guided meditation. I invite you to relax into a comfortable position. Sit as softly as you can, feet flat on the floor, hands resting in your lap. Feel the chair beneath you. Feel your feet grounded on the floor. Close your eyes or let your vision be soft. Open your awareness to what you sense around you. Temperature, air movement, sounds. Tune into your own breathing. Simply flow with your breath for a few moments. Don't try to control it. Just notice it. Breathe peace. If you are noticing anything that draws your attention, simply let it go. Let go of any sounds, any tension in your body. Simply breathe deeply and relax. In the peace of your body, allow your mind to open. Now is the time of the first harvest, when the bounties of nature give of themselves so that we may survive. O Spirit of the ripening fields, Soul of the grain, grant us the understanding of sacrifice as you prepare to deliver yourself under the sickle of the gatherer and journey to the lands of eternal summer. O Mother Earth, Universal Soul, teach us the secrets of rebirth as the sun slowly begins to lose its strength and the nights begin to lengthen. I invite you to take a moment now to think about yourself and your life. What is beginning to bear fruit in your life? What is ripening? It could be something simple, the making of a new friend, or finishing a good book. Or it could be something far more complex, an awakening to an understanding of systemic racism and your ability to address it. The transformation of a relationship with someone important in your life. Perhaps a goal long sought is rising over the horizon. Consider for a moment what you have spent your energy to tend and cultivate this year. Invite your thoughts to form an affirmation of gratitude or a gentle affirmation of yourself. Perhaps it is, I am thankful for. Or it could be, I am here now. Or something like, I am blessed and I am a blessing. Let your mind shape that affirmation or that phrase of gratitude and simply breathe with it for a moment. Say the words in your mind as you inhale and exhale. Feel love for yourself and all living beings. Breathe your gratitude for a few moments. Now, move away from your affirmation gently and consider what it is you still need to do to bring in the full harvest. Your inner harvest. Yes, your personal one. But also a harvest that can sustain your community. A harvest of justice, equity, compassion, peace. What do you still need to do to bring in the full harvest? Holding all the thoughts from this journey in our hearts, let us return now to our circle. Feel your feet on the floor and the chair supporting your body. And when you are ready, let your eyes and your ears and your heart open into full awareness.
Each week, we invite you to give generously to support Unitarian Universalist Church West and its many ministries. Ministries of caring, compassion, racial justice and social justice, learning, and spiritual growth. We also include among those ministries the work of our Split the Plate partner organizations. You can make a gift online by going to UUCW.org and clicking on the Donate tab. You can also give via text message simply by sending UUCW to 73256. And it's possible to mail in a check to make your gift. Watch your screen because all the information about the ways to give will appear there in just a moment. In the meantime, thank you. We appreciate so much your generosity and your commitment to UU Church West.
Spirits of the North, powers of Earth, thank you for your help and your presence. We release you from this circle. Spirits of the West, powers of water, thank you for your help and your presence. We release you from this circle. Spirits of the South, powers of fire, thank you for your help and your presence. We release you from this circle. Spirits of the east, powers of air, thank you for your help and your presence. We release you from this circle. Spirits of the center, essence within all things, thank you for your help and your presence. We release you from this circle.
Thank you, Beth and family. In earth-centered religions, there is an understanding that the earth and the elements are alive, and the energy drawn upon in ritual is alive as well. When a circle comes to an end, it is respectful of that energy and aliveness to return it to the earth so that it can be used again for growth or healing or in other ways. Today, we will ground the energy of our time together by stomping our feet at the end of these closing words. Please repeat at home each line after me. This circle is at end.
This circle is at end.
The elements have returned to their realms.
The elements have returned to their realms.
May any energy that remains be released into the earth and the air.
Be released into the earth and the air.
To purify and enrich.
To purify and enrich.
Our work here is done.
Our work here is done.
Shalom.
Shalom.
Ashe.
Ashe.
Blessed be.
Blessed be.
Stomp, stomp, stomp. Please join us for our last hymn, number 1064. The words are in your order of service. Though below me I feel no motion, standing on these mountains and plains, far away from the rolling ocean, still my dry land heart can say, I've been sailing all my life now, never harbor or port have I known. The wide universe is the ocean I travel, and the earth is my blue boat home. Sun, my sail, and moon, my rudder, as I ply the starry sea, leaning over the edge in wonder, casting questions into the deep, drifting here with my ship's companions, all we kindred pilgrim souls, making our way on the lights of the heavens, in our beautiful blue boat home. I give thanks to the waves upholding me, hail the great winds urging me on. Great the infinite sea below me, sing the sky my sailor's song. I was born upon the fathoms, never harbor or port have I known. The wide universe is the ocean I travel, and the earth is my blue boat